Okay, I'm gonna keep this going, guys. I just recorded a get ready with me. I wanted to do a get ready with me to be, or I wanted that to be my first video for the year because I wanted to just kind of chit chat, update. I haven't been uploading a lot of videos, and so I just felt like it was fitting to start with something like that where I can catch you guys up, you know, what's been going on, where I've been, the lack of videos, all of that good stuff. With that said, you know, the lack of videos, as you know, I was doing a project polish in 2023, and I feel like this intro sounds very similar to the intro of last year. Because it is, guys. Last year I didn't update very much. I stopped at a certain point. I stopped making videos, but that's not to say that I stopped using the polishes that I had in my project polish. I continued using them and I did make progress. I do have to say though, 2023 up to date has been my slowest year in progress, and I did not finish not one polish. In previous years, I've at the very least finished, I think, one. Toward 2023, no, it wasn't, and that's because I wasn't painting my nails as often. I also alternate though between my project polish and whatever polishes I have on my winter seasonal rack. And I usually have a plan. I have everything really structured where I do one manicure is project polish or pedicure, right? And then the next one will be a polish from my winter seasonal rack. I do seasonal racks where I pull polishes from the remaining of my collection so that I don't neglect any of the rest of my polishes. And so because I wasn't painting my nails as often, I wasn't alternating between project polish and winter seasonal rack. It really did slow down progress. I also, though, did not play as much with toppers. I didn't play as much with nail art or combinations. I didn't do any of that. And all of that combined, I do think it does affect or slow down the progress. Excuse me. I'm having sparkling water, so you know, you know how that goes. Okay, but I do want to do a finale for my Project Polish 2023 to show you guys where I left off. And at the same time in this video, I want to do an intro for 2024 because some polishes I'm going to declutter from 2023, but some polishes I do want to continue on and move them into 2024. So I wanted to rotate, right? And because I do want to, I started them, I want to finish them for sure. And I think these polishes are really great. Some of them have a little bit of a tricky formula, but I either love the color or I love the formula of some of these. It's so good that I don't want to put it away or whatever. I do want to start off with the two that I'm going to declutter. And at some point I marked them because I was planning on doing a project polish, I think a few months ago, and then I didn't record the video, but I still have that line. And I think since I probably moved the line down just a little bit more. Second half of the year, or like the last third part of the year, my progress really did slow down because I wasn't really pulling a lot of these as much. Okay, so I'll start off with this one. I'm going to declutter this one. At one point, I did enjoy this like a long time ago. I've had this for years. But I have other colors that are very similar to this that are better formulated. They don't require as many coats. They're a little bit more glowy. And so I would much rather focus on those polishes. This coming year, I really don't want to be dealing with too difficult of a formula. If it has a difficult formula, I must really love the color or whatever, right? This is just not one of them. It's not as glowy and it's not as opaque in 2 coats. I require 3-4 coats, and although really pretty, it's just not worth it for me. So I am going to get rid of it, but that's where I started and this is where I'm leaving off. And this is called Love Nails. The goal initially was to incorporate this, and I was actually really looking forward to doing Galaxy nails because this would look amazing sponged over Galaxy nails. Because it's transparent, and so it would layer beautifully into that type of manicure, but I just didn't do Galaxy nails, and so I don't want to hold on to it with in the hopes that I'm going to be doing Galaxy nails this coming year. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't want to do that. I'd rather give time to another polish. So I'm going to get rid of that one. The next one I'm going to get rid of is Purple with a Purpose from OPI. I don't love this polish. It is one of my favorite purples. I want to say up until maybe a couple of years, and I still love it. But I have bought one from China Glaze from a Galaxy collection of some sort, or alien related collection. I can't remember anymore. It's the purple one, and that one I really like that one because the tone is just a little bit, it's not tone, but like the shade of it is just a little bit deeper. It has a similar undertone, and I really love that one. This is a lighter version of that one, and I've had this one far longer, and I still love it. I got some really good and enjoyed some good manicures out of this last year, but it has gotten so thick, guys, that I have to manipulate this on my nails, and it takes hours, and I mean hours to dry. And once again, I don't have the time for that. I'm reaching for things that don't require so much. You know, this is kind of a double whammy for me because it's thick. So it's a difficult application, and on top of that, it takes extra drying time. And I'm not going to be adding any more thinner. This I've had to add thinner because I wanted to keep working through it. But every time I add thinner, the line just keeps going up. I'm basically doing this, going up and down, up and down, up and down. So I think I've gotten what I wanted out of it. It served me very well for many, many years. I love this polish. I would highly recommend it. It has an awesome formula. It has more of a blue undertone, so if you enjoy purples like that, this would be a really, really good one. It has a very delicate pink shimmer that's lightly visible on the nail, and it's just really, really pretty. But decluttering that one. Okay, now moving on to the remainder of the polishes that I was working on. This is a brand new nail wheel because I cannot find the nail wheel that I was working on. I'm most likely going to find it after recording this video because that's what usually happens. I can't find things when I need them, when I want them. And I've looked everywhere. Okay, so let's start off with what's on my nail wheel. This nail wheel looks very blasé to me. I was highly considering starting fresh, but I really want to finish a lot of these polishes. So we're gonna push through. I did add 2 additional polishes just to, you know, just add something new into it, and maybe it'll keep me motivated, and it did. It did make a difference. So I kept it relatively neutral-ish in the sense that these polishes will go with any outfit that I'm wearing for work, especially. So I'll start off with the red one, and this is from Super Chic Lacquer. And I started off at that line, and I'm leaving off, it's a little bit below this line, actually, that white line. You can see here, that's not the settling line. That's the settling line for the shimmers, but the base is a little bit higher than that. So let me turn it a little bit sideways. Maybe you guys will be able to see. It's just like, it's like right there. Am I pointing at the right spot? I can't see. It's really beautiful. It's a great red. What I specifically love about this one is that not only does it have a rainbow effect, right? Because this is a linear holographic. The linear holographic is very, very visible in direct light, whether that be indoor lighting or natural lighting, right? Artificial or natural. The holographic is also delicately linear holographic is visible indoor as well with indoor lighting. So I really like that effect. At some lights you do just only see little specks and stuff like that, but it's a very flattering red polish. What I love about this the most is that the formula dries. It just dries really, really fast. If I'm really crunched, you know, with time, I can do 1 coat, no top coat, no nothing, and walk out the door if I just need a quick manicure for that one day. This is amazing. Even 2 coats, it dries so fast. I don't know if it's because there's so many of those little particles that help this formula dry so fast. And so for that reason, it gets, you know, an A+ for me. The only thing that makes this a little bit more time consuming in application is that the brush at the end is just a little bit fatter, so it doesn't round out very well near the cuticle area. So it does require sometimes a little bit of cleanup, but otherwise really, really beautiful. I was actually considering my next manicure to pair it up with 90 Lacquer's Be Positive, which is like one of my favorite 90 Lacquers. This is like my top. I love this. And so I was thinking of combining it. At one point, I was thinking of taking out Realm of Erotica and maybe adding a red cream to see if maybe that would motivate me to play around a little bit more with manicures. What I find sometimes a little bit difficult with indie polishes or polishes with these type of really pretty finishes, right, is that everything's already within the bottle, and so it doesn't motivate me to play around with my manicure and combine it with other things. And so I was very close to taking this one out and putting a cream in to see if it would motivate me to move, you know, play around more and wear it more. So I lied. I started up here and I'm down here. So I forgot about that one line. Okay. The next one is a pastel pink, and this pastel pink is from Essie. It's called Muchi Muchi. I'm going to contradict myself just a little bit with this one, because, you know, you think you have a polish that's your favorite. We say that it's our favorite, but not until you've had a polish and actually focused on it for an entire year, do you come to realize, like, yeah, I would not buy this again. Like, it's really pretty and I have enjoyed it up to date, but out of the other pastel pinks that I have, this would not be my favorite, and I would not buy it for a couple of reasons. This one has a tricky formula, and it's not trickier than Fiji, by the way, but it's still a tricky formula. It requires 3 coats. If I'm not careful, it can require 4 because it leaves some balding and streakiness. So I do have to take my time in application with this one. That combined with the fact that there's something about the undertone of this one, and I cannot quite put my finger on it. I don't know what it is. I don't love it because there's some blue toned pastel pinks that I adore, like Free to Roam, right, from Essie. I also really enjoy Mad About You. And then the warmer ones like Fiji, that I adore the undertone. And this one, I don't know. It's almost not too cool, not too warm. It's almost like in the middle. And I don't know if that's maybe my issue with it. That's not to say, though, that the manicures that I wore with this polish throughout the year, I have enjoyed quite a bit, actually. I don't think I have one manicure that I didn't enjoy more than another one. It was a very nice polish to work with. I love pastel pinks. And so I did play around with this one a little bit. I think I did some Skittles manis. I paired it up with maybe an accent nail or something. And every time I really did enjoy it. So for that reason, I am going to keep it around. There's just some polishes that, although they have a tricky formula, I love the color so much in the end and how it looks on the nails, like Fiji, for example, which is my favorite, that I'm willing to put up with the difficulty of the formula because the end result is so beautiful. This is just not that. So it wouldn't be one that I would repurchase. Okay. And so that one is right here. I think I'm taking too long on each one, but I want to give as much feedback as possible with each one. All right, the next one is a super awesome nude polish. I'm actually wearing it right now. It's a very flattering nude. I have found within this last year, and I knew before that I love this one as a pedicure in the summer. I don't love it as a manicure in the summer, but I love it as a pedicure in the summer. I don't know why. I just don't feel it on my hands as much. But in the winter, this is beautiful. I mean, this is really beautiful year round. And there's like a touch of pink that I think I love. That's what I love about this. It has just a delicate touch of pink in it that I think just makes it so flattering. So that's what I have on right now. I actually paired it up with a micro glitter from Orly. This is called Just an Illusion. And it is made up of micro gold glitter and then scattered holographic glitter. That scattered holographic. You really see it when light is hitting the nail, but the gold glitter, the reflex, you see it all the time. It's just really, really pretty. I don't know if my camera's going to capture it very well, but you know, that's the manicure I'm wearing right now. This is just really beautiful. I do want to continue using this. I predict this will give me maybe, if not 2 more manicures, possibly 3. And that's not because I'm going to get to the very bottom of this, but because it is starting to get thick to where I really have to work in my brush to try to get polish out. This is where my line is settling though. I think the formula's just gotten a little bit thicker, and so I don't know. And so it's not taking too much more effort though to apply, but I do have to dip in a couple of times to cover, just do 1 coat on 1 nail. You know, I'm having to do that and then hurry up on, you know, next time I pull polish so that I can keep applying before the other side starts settling down a little bit so that it doesn't leave it uneven or bumpy looking. I'm having to do that now. With that being said though, this is not taking forever to dry. This dries faster than the pastel pink. And the pastel pink is not quite there to where it's super, super thick as Topless and Barefoot. So really, really good nude. I would highly recommend that one. I would actually buy it again at some point, but I have other nudes that I want to work through. Okay, and that one I have right here. You can see, and I don't know if my camera will capture, but it even has just a tiny hint of brown. It's just such a pretty nude. The black and purple, which is the one that I have right next to that one, is from Tom Ford. This is called Black Cherry. And let me see. Let's go there. I had to paint this nail wheel, so it may have, you know, disturbed that settling line, but you'll get an idea of about where I'm at here. This is a black and purple, and I do enjoy it. I have enjoyed it. I don't think there's something about this one, because this is a black and purple like Lincoln Park After Dark, for instance. But yet I think Lincoln Park still looks better on the nails. I don't know what it is. I don't know if that one's just a little, no, because they're just as dark. I don't know what it is. Maybe the undertone is just a little bit different. They're both purple though. I don't know how to explain it. But Lincoln Park to me just looks a little bit extra chic still on the nails. I think because maybe that's my all-time favorite. Now, with that being said, every manicure I have worn, I have enjoyed with this polish. It is really, really pretty. And the formula is still very good, very manageable. Actually, out of the creams that I mentioned, this is still functioning very, very well. So I'm going to continue pushing through with this one. And then the next one is the silver one. This is a silver metallic from Essie. This is called Gadget Free. At one point I did consider removing this one out of the project because I wasn't reaching for it, and that's because usually colors like these, it's once in a while that I will wear it as a solid manicure and I enjoy a whole silver mani, right? But oftentimes polishes like this, I like to incorporate into nail art or Skittles manis or something of the sort. And like I mentioned earlier, I didn't really play around as much this last year with that. So although a mini, my progress was very, very little, very slow. So that's where I started, and that's where I'm leaving off. I am hoping to get this one in the next month. I'm really going to push myself. I was actually thinking about I'm gonna do my starting point line, right? But I was thinking of also doing a line at the bottom to set my goal, and maybe that visualization will motivate me to use it more, like, oh, I'm almost there, and maybe one more manicure will get me to that line, right? That's what I was thinking of doing this coming year, just to help motivate me, because my goal is always to work through the polishes. So maybe another tool that will be, you know, handy this next coming year. And that's that one right there. It's a really pretty silver by itself. I wore it actually last week. Loved that manicure. I dinged my nail, and so I did find that I needed to put a glitter topper over it to help camouflage that. But the manicure was beautiful. It lasted all week. I had zero issues. I mean, it was very, very good. I'm debating on doing a pedicure next. I'm thinking the nude one. It's between these three. I'm thinking my next pedi. I've worn this one as a pedicure. It's not my favorite silver on my toes, but it's a pretty silver. I love it more as a manicure, but I may actually do something. I don't know. I haven't decided yet, so maybe I won't say anything. Okay. The next one up is this glitter, and this glitter is one of my favorite glitters out of my entire collection. My goal this coming year is to work through at least one glitter polish at a time. They will go slow because oftentimes it's either a glitter topper, and I don't wear that with every manicure, or I won't be in the mood to wear it, you know, as a solid manicure or what have you. So the progress will go a little bit slower, but I would like to start incorporating older glitters in my collection. And that's because in the last few years, in the more recent years, I have found that a lot of my glitters are drying out, and they seem to be more China glazed glitters actually. So the next one will be a China glazed glitter. I'm either not closing the bottle very well, or I need to clean the neck of the bottle, or get in the habit of closing the, you know, cleaning the neck of the bottle after usage, because that's really drying up my glitter. And right now I ran out of my suspension base, which is the base that I use to thin out and restore my glitter polishes, with a little added thinner. And because I don't have that right now, I've had to get rid of those bottles because I don't want to just hold on to things, just to hold on to them with the plans of future restoration or what have you, right? So anyways, the goal this year is to add one glitter at a time, and work through them, especially my thicker glitters. I was very, it was kind of between these two, but this is a lot older. I've had it a lot longer. It is a lot thicker. This has gotten really, really thick. This is not a very old polish, but because it is solid glitter, this thing is thick. Like, I was very, and see, I need to clean the neck of the bottle. It's super, super thick. I literally, look at that. Can you even see that? Look. This is Untouchable Decadence from Orly. Keep in mind, I wear this a lot. I open it a lot. It's just such a beautiful, beautiful glitter. I would definitely buy this again. It's probably one of my favorite chunkier gold glitters. And I know that because I've gone pretty far down on this bottle. The reason why it's not moving down as much anymore is because a lot of what I get now, because it is difficult to apply a solid coat, is because I'm dragging it and more using it for dry brushing or anything like adding little details to the nail or whatever. But I have used it a lot more. It's probably my most used gold glitter out of my entire, chunky gold glitter out of my entire collection. I just love it. So it was kind of a toss-up between these two, but this one is older. And this one, because it's also a very dense, chunky glitter, it is thicker as well. So let me, before I open it, let me show you guys where I'm at, because I didn't mark it. It is right there. I have used this a lot though. That's funny because I've used it on numerous manicures, but there is so much glitter in here, guys. I mean, you can get a really good solid coat with one application. That's how thick it is. I'm going to try to restore this a little bit just to make it a little bit easier for me to apply it, because this is a type of glitter, same like Untouchable Decadence, that I will wear a full-on manicure with these glitters because they are that beautiful in my opinion. But I've also used this and enjoyed it very much as an accent nail, dry brushing it. This has a base with another glitter topper over it. I mean, Tacky Overload, which I adore. And so I want to put a glitter that I adore so much. So this has a mix of more of a mild gold, I would say, and silver. But there's almost like a little bit of champagne because I see a little pink undertone in this. And that's what I think I adore about this polish. It adds this really beautiful, delicate touch, although glittery and chunky glitter it adds this delicate touch to the nails that I really, really love. Every time I have worn this polish, I have loved it, and I've worn it a lot. So I am adding Grace from NCLA. This is one of my favorite polishes. And I'm hoping to really work through this because I do not want this to dry out on me. I would be very, very sad. Same like Don't Let the Dead Bite from China Glaze. That was more of a curly style type of polish. I held on to it forever because it was my favorite. I didn't want to finish it. And then all of the red glitter, all of the red pigment that was on the glitter bled into the base. And then it's not a lot of the red glitter, you know, when applying it, so it doesn't give you that flesh bite type of look. And that was a really cool effect that I loved about that polish, and now regret not actually fully enjoying it. So anyways, that's my reasoning for that. The next one that I have is a white, and I pulled a very, very old white. This is not my ultimate favorite white, but I do love it. I love the color of it. It's just a trickier formula, so I'm willing to work with this one. This is called It's in the Clouds. I believe this one came out in, because I think in the same year, excuse me, I want to say Zoya and OPI came out with a pastel collection, and I can't remember which one was called. Okay, my apologies, guys. The camera just stopped recording. I don't know why. I can't remember what collection, which one was called what, but I think this is a part of the Soft Shades collection from OPI. And I have finished out One Chic Chick, which was the pastel yellow in that lineup many years ago. I may have also incorporated the mint one, but I can't remember if that's one that I finished at some point. I actually don't even know if I still have it in my collection. Point is, this is one of the last ones that I have from that lineup, and so I would like to finish this out. It is very, very old. At some point, I did consider adding it into the project. As you can see, I have a line here. It's a line from a long time ago. For whatever reason, I decided against adding it into the project, so it never made it in. I may be right below that line. I think I am. Let me do close-up so you guys can see. I'm right below that line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove that line and then add a new one. And I may just do like pictures of all of these at the end of this video to show you guys where my starting point is. Or I'll just share with you guys in the next update, whatever's, you know, fastest or whatever. Anyways, a really, really pretty color. I really like this because it has a little bit more of like a bit of a yellow undertone. So it makes it almost slightly beige. It's white on the nails, but it almost has a little bit of a beige tone, which I really, really find to be complimentary. And that was something that was definitely a goal of mine this coming year, is just to make sure that I had polishes that were, they would go very well with a lot of outfits for work, right? So I kept it relatively neutral for that very reason. Formula wise, this one is a little bit more tricky. It requires about 3 coats, and I have to be cautious with the 3 coats, but it's a white. I can do anything with it. Really, this combination with the accent nail of this would look so beautiful together. This as a base for nail art, you know, all of that. So I'm like, I'm already, you know, thinking about the types of manicures that I want to work on this coming year. I'm really going to try to do like a mood board type of thing per season to see if it'll help motivate me. Okay, so that's the lineup. A very long intro, outro, or finale and intro, but that's the lineup for this coming year. As I finish polishes out, I will of course keep adding polishes. I pulled 3 polishes that I will, as I finish, because I was very close to starting fresh, but I decided against that. 3 polishes that I pulled. I've mentioned before that working on indie polishes makes it a little bit tricky for me because all of that prettiness is already within the bottle, and so I don't really have to do too much but apply it, right? But what I really, really enjoy about painting my nails is being creative and coming up with super cool combinations. I think Project Polish has really pushed me and encouraged me to play around a little bit more and become more creative with the combinations to result in a manicure that I really love in the end. And it's something that I came up with myself, and I love the process of that, to where with an indie polish, it's so beautiful and already in the bottle that it deters me from pulling them, which is one of the reasons why I didn't pull this one as much, right? But I do want to push myself, I struggled through that word, push myself to work through some of my indie polishes, because I've mentioned in the past that my indie polishes are my most neglected polishes. For that very reason, I prefer mainstream. I prefer playing around, and mainstream allows me to do that a lot more, I feel. So anyways, I wanted to talk about 3 polishes that will be coming up in the future. I want to kind of set this now. They're not on my nail wheel just yet because I want to wait to finish one and then add one into it. But pastel pink that I'm thinking of actually incorporating at some point is this polish, which is called the Bell Witch. These ones with the gold flakes are amazing. I have this one, I have a purple one, I have a blue one, I have a mint green one. Ask me if I use them. I just don't reach for them, and it does not mean that I don't love them. I do. Every time I've used this polish is so beautiful. So I really want to try to push myself to reach for these more and finish some of my indie polishes. So that's the Bell Witch. It's a pastel pink with gold flakes. It is beautiful. It looks like almost like gold, pink and gold marble on the nails, which is so precious. The next one is my favorite 90 lacquer. I almost want to say this definitely beats. This is probably my favorite indie polish. Yeah. Out of all indie polishes, this is so beautiful. My sweet friend Carolina, she was so gracious to send me another bottle of this. So don't think that I'm just gonna, you know, finish this one out and not have another one. I'm putting it in because I have another one and I want to finish this one out. I don't want it to dry out. So I am putting in at some point Be Positive. This is so beautiful. I have enjoyed this every time I have worn it. I have worn it a lot. You may not be able to tell, but I have worn this a lot. And I think this is the one that I have in use. I'm pretty sure that it is because I thought it was a little bit lower. But anyways, that's where I'm going to be starting off at some point. I use this by itself. So beautiful. I have used this as a topper. Actually, this past year over top of this, if you guys saw that manicure, it's Chef's Kiss. It was so beautiful. I love it. Every time I wear this, it's just beautiful. Those silver little glitters, they just look like glistening lights. They're just so beautiful. I love this polish. I love it. Another one that I would like to put in at some point is Alice from Picture Polish. This is a blue with some holographic flakes. And it's really pretty. Formula is amazing. Really has worn very well on my nails. I do have to put it on over top with a specific base coat in order for this to not chip on me, which is the Nail Aid Biotin base coat. I think that's the one. I rely on that one. For some reason, this tends to stick to that base coat very well. So I tend to use it alongside that one. But anyways, this is Picture Polish from or Alice from Picture Polish. So I will be adding a little bit more, you know, color. This is the only different color that I'll be adding as I finish polishes. I'm hoping to play around with a little bit more color, maybe as we get closer to spring and summer, if I finish anything out. So that's going to be everything, guys. Thank you so much for watching. This is a very lengthy. I keep having to hit record because my camera keeps shutting off for some reason. But this is I know this is a very lengthy video. I just wanted to finish up my outro. I wish you guys the best in your project this upcoming year. I hope that we can motivate each other and find inspiration maybe, you know, as we continue to push each other to work through our polishes. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch, guys. I hope you guys have an amazing day, an amazing upcoming week, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.